All right. Yeah, I know, it's such a pest, isn't it? But there, can all hear me? Yeah, all right. Let's come and settle into practice. Whatever, like whatever position you'd like to be in, that's fine. Child's pose, seated meditation, anything that works for you. Just come and spend a couple of minutes settling into your practice. Just relaxing your face, breathing steadily. Feeling into the support of the earth. That's it. Steadying. Just for another couple of breaths. So I've actually got some pretty feisty ideas in mind, but I'll try and keep them in the spirit of slow and stretchy. And do feisty things slowly this morning. So when you're ready to rise up, could we come and meet up in Dandasana? So both legs long, out in front of us. And we can make that a bit of a lazy Dandasana to begin with. So leaning on the fingers is fine. And that's all good. And start to bring in a little bit of a point and flex into your feet. Mm. Mm. There we go. And if you like to lift your heels, could you press them down and press down your Achilles tendon, then the backs of your legs lightly? All right, and what about if we were to drag our hands on the floor and bring them up now and raise it up? That's it. So pressing down into your bottom and into the backs of your legs, and see if you can lift up evenly into your fingers. And that's not that easy, is it? Yeah? Perhaps. And then bring the hands into the heart space. You ready for this? I think you're going to really love this. What about, I know, before I do something you really love, could you just pull back into your heels and bend your knees and put a little bit of like back isometric pressure in there? Just to give your legs a rest before we do this fun thing. Now, stomp out into your heels. What if we just lift this right leg without leaning back? Okay, that's perhaps a little fatiguing, and lower it down attentively. And then lift up the left one, no leaning back if you can muster that up. That's it, and just hold it there, and then that's it, pop it down, have a little relax. Let's lean back on our fingers again. And bend up our knees and peel down your hands here and come into altar pose. There, like that. And spend a minute like adjusting your shoulders and maybe wriggling into your elbows, gripping the floor, and then lift your hips a bit more. Okay, and then peel that back down and come back to Dandasana, something a little bit nasty. Hands up and do that reach up thing again. Pressing down into the backs of your legs, and then hands into the heart space. Could we lift our right legs and then swing them over to the left like that? No leaning back if you can muster that up, and then swing it out to the right Oh, and then back to the front. That's good after a run. And then lift a little bit higher, isn't it? And then lower that back down. And then left leg, up it goes. And swing it out there to the right. And then swing it out there to the left. And then bring it back and lift it another inch more high. And then pop it down. Okay, this time I'm going to de-sock. I'm going to give you an option. You can either take altar pose, or if you'd like something a little bit feistier, then reverse plank. And in order to do that, I think it's good to put your hands back beyond your hips a bit further and then lean back. So it can be bent knees or it can be reverse plank. There we go. Lifting up hips, pushing out through your toes, leaning towards, like so that you're, how can I put it? Lean towards your toe, drop your head back if you want, push the floor away firmly. And peel it back down, nice and steady. Okay, right leg over the top of the left one. It looks like a seated twist because it will be, but it's up to you. If you want to do this, that's fine. Or take the left heel to the right bottom cheek. And can you push down this left knee onto the earth? And at the same time, maybe even check it stays there by putting your left hand on it. And now rock your right sit bone down if it's lifted. Right fingers are behind you. Left ones come up nice and high. And then twist around to your right. See if you can keep that left knee grounded. Not because it's the right thing to do, just so you know where it is. It's also not wrong. And then revolve Kranchasana. So if we just turn to look at our right foot and take our left hand to the outside of the right foot and then stomp out into that. Pushing your right hip downwards, so your right butt cheek is on the floor, reaching back and then opening your chest and sitting a little bit taller. You might take a bend into this knee and then a re-extension. And then bring this right arm around and grab, switch grip. So grab the foot here and pull it back under your armpit just a bit. And then we could unrevolve this pose. So if you stomp out into a long right leg and then reach maximum distance from the left fingers to the right heel. And see this right arm, I'm going to specify, can you shine the eye of the elbow, so the inner line of the arm forwards. Well, more people are coming along. So pop that back down. Left leg. All right, and back into Dandasana. There we go. Okay, have a little point and flex. Your choice, either altar pose or reverse Purvottanasana, plank. Yeah. There we go. And then lower that back down. And then stepping the left leg over the top of the right one. Good. And then bringing the right heel to the left bottom cheek. Can we do the same thing here? Hi, Gemma. And then ground this right knee with your right hand. And then rock the left sit bone back and down. And left hand behind you, right hand goes up high to lengthen your spine. And then twisting around to your left, draw this knee up, push down the left hip, breathe. Now just take a glance at the outer edge of your left foot, take your right hand to it and extend your knee, push down the left hip and revolve Kranchasana. The left arm reaching back, right arm forwards. That's it. And then switch it. So take this left arm up and over, grab the outer edge of your foot, switch grip, draw it back under here, and then stomp it out like that. So we're looking for the maximum extension from the left heel. You might bend into this to re-extend it to the right fingers. And this inner line of this left arm, so it could roll up. I'm going to say just on this occasion, try and have this inner line of the elbow vertical. So you know where it is, not because it's technically right or anything. All right, and then draw that back in. Could we take a little half boat for a moment? And that's it. And then a full boat if you want. And if you want a little bit more, inhale to low boat and exhale to high boat. You can bend your knees if you like. And a couple more of those if you're enjoying it, and pause if you're not. Go on, let's rest down here for a moment. Stiffen your body, hug the shoulder muscles onto the bones. Up you come. And then cross over your ankles and come over into tabletops. And I'll meet you there. Let's organize and spread our fingers. Okay. Now, press into the tops of your feet and press back to pose of a child. And then press into the tops of your feet, come through tabletop and then into hung cobra. Heels to bum mat if you like. And then back into tabletops. Okay, bring your knees near each other now and take your right leg up. And then a big hip circle out here, bend the leg and take the foot to the outside of the right hand. Press that back to half Hanuman, it's a bit wide, and flow that a couple of times. And then lift up the right leg. You can even drag it on the floor for a bit of variety. Send the right leg long out behind you with the toes on the earth. And now press up into like a domed up position. Point the toes of the left foot, draw the knee high, then pop the knee back down and swing on the left knee, pivot so that your left foot comes out here to the left. You could tuck the toes or untuck them, it's up to you, and then come into supported side plank. Pushing your hips forwards, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then the right arm, could you take palm facing upwards and reach towards the direction of your right foot. And now bowl that arm up and over, and then spin the right toes towards the ceiling. Okay, and then come back into tabletop. Press back to pose of the child. Press through into hung cobra. Steady moving on your knees, that's it. Heels to bum if you want, not if you don't. And then back into tabletops. Knees near each other, extend your right leg. And I'm going to say cock it, so bend it and take it out there like that. And then step to the outside of your left hand. And press back to half Hanuman. And then come forwards and lunge. And flow that another couple of times on your breath rhythm. Okay, and then that feels so good this morning for some reason. I'm not sure why. Come forwards here, and then as you press back, drag that left foot on the mat. Normally I'd say pick it up, so I'm being kind. And extend the left leg out behind you and toes on the earth. Now press up into, like dome up the back of the heart. Please draw the right knee to the chest, point the right toes. Okay, and then pop down your right knee and spin on, pivot on the right knee. So you take the right foot out to the right. Toes tucked or untucked, it's up to you. And then supported side planks. That's it. Push the hips forwards now. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Could you reach that left arm back beyond towards your left foot? And then bowl it up and over beyond your ear. And now spin the left toes towards the ceiling like that. A bit of extra zing. And then flip that back over into tabletop. Press into the tops of your feet as you execute a child's pose And then press forward and into hung cobra. You can mermaid that cobra if you like, heels into the bottom. And then tuck under your toes and let's have a down dog. I better get rumbling here because it's going to have to be out of here a little on time. So could we take toes near each other? They don't have to touch, just hips narrow for this one. Feet narrow, I mean. Could we wriggle our toes? Do your heels lift or do they ground? And that's fine. And some of you might need to bend your knees, but if you can straighten your knees, even if your heels are lifted, can you pull up on your quads? Yeah, okay, yes or no. And then right legs, lift them up. You can pop the hips open if you like for more fun. And then right knee to right elbow. And then take it up, 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 up. And then knee to third eye. And then up, 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 and across the body so that the knee touches the left elbow. Up again, nice and high. And then out underneath your body over to the left for fallen triangle. And stop here for a moment. See this position here, this fun spot. Yeah, and now come to fallen triangle. So lifting up the hips, pushing the floor away. That's cool. Okay, now bring the left arm back down onto the earth. Just while you're here in this fun spot, I'm going to give you the option to dip the right hip down. So for me, I have to push the right foot over there to the left. So it's like a cobra. It's fun, isn't it? And then step that back to down dog. You can take a vinyasa if you like. I'm going to suggest stay on your toes for an up dog because it's a little bit quicker. And then back to down dogs. Narrow feet, so not touching, but just hip distance. Left leg, lift it up, pop the hips if you like. And then left knee to left elbow. And then up again, nice and steady. Left knee to third eye, bring it in, bring it in. Up high again. And across the body, left knee now to the right elbow and just tap it there for a second. And then up again, nice and high, and take the left leg under the body and out to the right. And stop there. So it's fallen triangle. You've got your thighs scissoring. You're in a chaturanga or a plank, yeah? Now take the right arm up like that, and that's fallen triangle. A variation of it anyway. Squeeze the shoulder blades, push the floor, lift the hips. Okay, and then bring the right arm back down onto the floor and stay in fallen triangle. Could you stay on the ball of the back foot and then lower that left hip towards the earth like that? Hi, everybody. And then step that back to down dog. Come on into plank. Stay on your toes for an up dog. And then press that back to down dog. And come take a walk up to the mat, top of the mat, into forward fold. Have a little dangle and a drape. And then flow a couple of halfway lifts. And fold. And then halfway lift. And then fold. And halfway lift. And fold again. And then this time, just peel it up to stand. And we're going to do a couple of rounds of flow, and I'll try and be not too vicious. And I have chopped my head off, but I don't think anything going to miss it that well. Okay. Ready? Hands up and float up your right knee. Can you feel that you can stabilize by the strength of your left leg and pull up on the quads? And then bring hand to heart and turn that right knee out to the side. That's it. Like, do what you need to do to bring yourself into an expression of tree pose that works for you on this occasion. And push, meet the foot with the thigh, if that makes sense. And you might even flare the right toes off the left thigh. Can you pull up the left kneecap a bit more? Okay, and then bring that out of tree pose and bring the knee back to the front. And extend your leg if that's something you'd like to do. And then hands stay at the heart. Swing that back under your body for a little moment of warrior three. Okay, keep pulling up on the left kneecap if you can. And then tumble that back. You'll have to bend into the knee, tumble that back into lunge. Good. Back heel seals down in the style of warrior two. Bring your hips low and then extend your front leg and grow to Trikonasana. Just like that. And take time. See if you can pull your feet towards each other and firm the legs. Lean back a bit. So push the tailbone long. And then I'm going to say, look at me. That'll probably do it because it'll make you lean back like that. Now that right arm, could you reach it back, palm facing up, beyond your right hip? And then bowl it up and over so you get a long extension from the right outer edge of the foot to the right fingertips. And then keep bowling that down onto the earth and you're in a lunge. Okay. Step that back to down dog. Come into plank. Left hand, no, right hand stays on the mat for Vashisthasana. That's it. You can drop this knee down if you want. And then lift the left leg if you want to step that back for a bit of wild thing. Oh, yes. And then flip that back over to plank. I'm proposing up dog on your toes. And then back to down dogs. Okay. And then right legs, lift them up high. And then swing that out under your body. Okay. And half nine, yeah. And then you're in fallen triangle prep. Okay. Now, I'm going to chuck you another option. Come into fallen triangle with the option to lift up this right leg like that. Just an option, just something putting it out there. Yeah. And then swing it back under your body and take that leg up nice and high again and step it up between your hands for fun. Could you seal? No, let's do that on the next round. Come and step that to halfway lift. Had a nasty option there, I'll leave it out. And then fold that down. And then come on up, hands high, and float the left leg so that you can feel the strength and stability of your standing leg. Pull up on the kneecap a little bit. Okay, turn the left knee out as you bring hands to heart. Let's tree pose. And do what you need to do to get into tree pose. And then meet the foot with the right thigh. And maybe even flare the left toes off the right thigh. For a bit more activity in your foot. Good. Release tree pose, bring the knee back to the front. Hinge at the knee joint, just extend it with a out there like that. And then keep the right leg strong and swing that back under there like that for warrior three. Just stick that for a moment. That's it. And then tumble that back into your lunge. Good. Back heel down like warrior two. Bring your hips low. Grow that to Trikonasana. See if you can pull your feet towards each other. Your version of Trikonasana. That's it. And now can you lean back? So I'm going to say, look towards me. And that makes you go, oh, and arch your spine and open your heart, doesn't it? Left arm, reach it back, palm facing up. So down towards your hips. And then bowl it up and over. So you get a long extension through the left side of the body. Left fingers come onto the floor, come onto the ball of the back foot. There's a lunge. Back to down dogs. Come on into planks. Vashisthasana, left hand stays on the mat. Option to lift the right leg, step it back over for wild thing. Just push the hips a little higher. Good. Flip that back over to plank. Stay on your toes for an up dog. That's my suggestion. You do anything you want, of course. And then back to down dogs. Great. Lift up your left leg. And then step it out under the body over there to the right for fallen triangle prep. Stop there for a moment. And then rock that to fallen triangle, so right arm up. The option is to lift the left leg up to hip height there. That might be all you want to do. But then flip that back over into plank and send the left leg high. And then step that up between your hands. Goodness, I'm feeling so many fun options in this. If we had 75 minutes. Okay, and then step that to halfway lift. And then fold. Come on up, hands high. And then pull the hands down into a prayer at the heart space. And let me pause. You have the opportunity to pause as well. I am going to chuck quite a lot into this round, all right? So I'll try and offer up some challenging options, but stop anywhere on the journey that you like, all right? So hands up and so who does the right knee float? Yeah. Can you firm the left leg? And then turn that right knee out and tree pose yourself. Bring the hands into the heart. Perhaps meet the foot with the thigh, where the right toe is off the left thigh. Got that? Bang. Take the right knee out in front of you. And take a toe off around this big toe. Stop anywhere you like on this journey, remember. And extend that right leg out in front of you. Option for full Utthita Hasta, if you like. So taking that right leg out to the side. And then could we switch hands? So bend the leg and switch hands and take the outer side of the foot. And then it's revolve Padangusthasana. So pushing the right hip down, extending back, extending forwards. Firm that left leg again if you can. Now both hands up and face the front. And now lift that right heel a little bit higher and swing it back under the body like that into warrior 3 for a little momentito. Good, good, good. It's okay to tumble out. I have plenty of time. Reach your arms forwards if you want a little bit more fun. And then tumble that back into lunge. All good. We'll meet up there. Back heel seals down like warrior 2. Grow to Trikonasana. There you go. We're not going to stay there long. Open that out, express it. Right arm here, like reach it back with the palm up. Fold it up and over like Dennis Lilly. Reach out there like that. Take the right hand under your hip and either stay there or take half moon pose for a moment. That's it. And then you could extend the right arm up if you like. Let's all tumble that back into a lunge. Good. And then step that back to down dog. Come into plank. Now, this is, I'm going to offer a nasty option here, so only feel free to take it as fun. Vajrasthasana, right hand stays on the mat. Lift the left leg and step that back to wild thing. Stay here, or if you like to have a go at this, you could bend your left knee, take a toe lock around the left big toe, and this is actually Vajrasthasana. There, where you stomp up towards the ceiling, lift the hips, that's Vajrasthasana. There. Then flip that over to plank and flow that out. Up dog on your toes is the expedited vinyasa, and back to down dogs. Okay, right legs lift, and then step it out under the body into fallen triangle prep. Okay, stop anywhere you like. So here in this plank position is fine. Fallen triangle without the leg lifted is fine. Fallen triangle with the leg lifted is fine. Or take the left hand to the right foot and now pull the shin towards your forehead. Anywhere on that journey is fine. Swing the right leg up high for three-legged dog. Step that up between your hands. You're nearly there. But this time, could you seal down the back heel like warrior 1? There you go. You know what that means, don't you? Toes facing a bit more forwards. Straighten the front leg. Drag your heart forwards. Cheeks version of pyramid pose. Plant the left hand, firm your legs, and take your right arm up. Look at that. That's revolved Trikonasana on a Thursday morning. Good. And see, that is actually the same as revolved Padangusthasana. Put your right hand down onto the earth. Step to halfway lift. hold, and then come on up, stand up, reach up, look up, float the left knee. Firm that right leg, turn the left knee out and tree pose yourself. Meet the foot with the thigh, flare the left toes off the right thigh, if that's something you can muster up. Untree pose yourself, option to grab a toe lock around this left big toe, and just hinge the knee and stomp it out there in front of you. Option to take Utthita Hasta Palangasasana, so take that left leg out to the side, the right arm is like a cantilever. And then bend into that knee again and switch hands for revolved Parivrtta Utthita Palangasasana. There we go. Revolved, extended hand to foot pose. Leave the leg dangling out there, hands high if you like, and then swing it under the body, keep the right leg strong. Warrior 3, hands to heart variation. Arms reach forwards if you want a little bit more. Tumble that back into lunge. We're not holding any of that too long, hopefully. Back heel down like warrior 2, grow your Trikonasana. That's it. Take a moment, let it unpeel, lean back, open the heart. Left hand, reach it back with the palm facing the ceiling. Now bowl it up and over like left-handed Dennis Lilly. And then take the left hand onto your hip. Option to hang out here in this hip Trikonasana or Ardha Chandrasana, just hop up and enjoy that for a moment. You could re-extend the left arm up towards the ceiling, stack the hips, stomp into both heels, and then tumble that back into your lunge. Good. And then step that back to down dogs. Come on into plank. Left hand stays on the mat, Vashisthasana. Option to lift the right leg, step it back over for wild thing. That might be where you want to stay. You might bend the right knee. Take a toe lock around the right big toe. And if this is a challenge, just pick your level today. And then Vashisthasana, stomp into both heels, push the right foot towards the ceiling. Okay, let it go, flip it over into plank, stay on your toes for an up dog or any variation of a vinyasa that you like. Hopefully you chose wisely there. Left legs, lift them up. And then send the left leg out to the right for fallen triangle prep. Keep both hands on the earth for a moment. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Open that to fallen triangle if you want. Lift the left leg off the floor to hip height if you like. Take the right hand to the left foot if you like, and then draw the left shin towards your forehead. There you go, just all options. Then let go of the left foot, swing the left leg up high, it's three-legged dog. Step that up between your hands. Back heel seals down like warrior 1, so the toes facing forwards. Extend your front leg and drag your heart forwards. It's Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Right hand onto the earth, left arm up, that's revolved Trikonasana. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Parivrtta Utthita Trikonasana, to be honest. Okay, and then left hand down onto the earth. Step that to half lift. And then just take a fold and plant your hands and step or jump back to down dog. Good choice. Here we go. I'm going to offer some more options, and some of them I'll concede are pretty nasty. So I'll offer up some less nasty options. Right leg up high. You can scorpion that if you like. And now, listen to this before we do it. Either pigeon yourself or swing the right leg out to the left for fallen triangle prep. See this? So you're in a plank with that right leg, out there to the left. Now, we've done this before. You could dip down that right hip to the earth. Stay on the ball of the back foot. See that? So it's like a cobra. You're on the ball of the left foot, and that right foot is out there in that fun position out there. That might be enough. You might like to peel down into Sphinx. Some of you might enjoy coming all the way onto your belly and then extending your arms out to the sides, taking hold of that right foot in the left hand, and then turning a cheek to the mat, preferably the left one. See that? That's revolved Padangusthasana again, and revolved Trikonasana just on the floor. Can you cool yourself down a little bit here? It's up to you. You can untuck the back toes. So much fun, huh? And then take your hands back underneath your shoulders. And could you just peel that up into cobra? That's it. And now, really tuck those back toes under. I'm going to say step back to down dog, but if you want some more fun, you could come to this chaturanga here and just do a chaturanga like that. That's it. And then back to down dog. Just offering you up something more fun. Left legs, lift them up and scorpion them. I'm skipping the vinyasa there. And then you know where you're going, either pigeon or if you've got a little more oomph in you, then fallen triangle prep, sending that left leg out there. Can you dip down the left hip? That's it. So you're in a cobra position on the ball of the back foot with the left leg extended out there. I know it's pretty tough. Pigeon is fine. And then peel down into Sphinx if you like, or peel down onto your tummy and take your arms wide, turning preferably the right cheek to the mat, and maybe taking hold of the left foot in the right hand. See if you can soothe yourself a little bit in this position. Untuck the back toes if you want. I'm not going to, but it's up to you. Hands back under your shoulders and then peel up into the cobra version of this. You can just step that back to down dog, or you can do a chaturanga here, so lifting up the hips and then pressing down and up once and then back to down dog. It's all good, up to you. And then take a little step, walk, jump through and come down onto your bottom. All right. Could we take a toe lock here and a straddle? And then kiss your heels together. And then option for a full boat. And then heels down. Lift up and peel down. This and take your arm out nice and wide. Arch and flatten, or any little twists that you want to do here. And lowering your knees from side to side might feel good. And then a little hug in if you like. Okay. And then let's call it resting pose. You can take that as seated meditation or as shavasana or child's pose or anything that you're in the mood for. Well done. You know, I'm going to say, hopefully that was slow and stretchy, if not a little challenging. And the reason I felt free to do that, I'm just going to say, is because I feel like I had the A team in for slow and stretchy. So thanks for turning up. And I appreciate this is a bit of an express class at 45 minutes. So you're all more than welcome to turn up for 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I will be doing breath work and core. Okay, for 30 minutes. Feel free to join. Just feeling the support of the earth. Maybe switching on a little bit of inner yes. or a lot of inner yes if you can muster it up. And I will encourage you right now, but not insist, that to stay in Shavasana for another couple of minutes or take a meditation posture. And I'm going to bravely run away. So you give me a wriggle of your toes and feel free to get in touch, and I'll call that a namaste. Good to see you all, team. You know where I am. Ciao. Yay.